Alright. What is up, YouTube? It's the J-Rex. Been a while since I made a video. As y'all know, I'm a gamer. I've been hooked on League of Legends for a while. Been playing a shitload of that game. And I just haven't found the time to make a video. But I'm finally just taking a break from that game. And just gonna make a YouTube video today. But I mean, I've been wanting to do this for a while. But I've just been so damn busy playing League of Legends that I never did it. But now that I finally rage quitted from that game, I can make this video now. So, okay. So as y'all know about my last video with Bo Pony making the prediction about silver skyrocketing this year, Bo Pony is also making another prediction. He's also making a prediction of he's making a prediction that that the stock market's gonna collapse by this August, and he backs it up. He backs it up with like the Shemitah cycle and the blood moons and all that, and the patterns of seven. And he's like, oh, everything has a pattern. It all, it happens by this pattern. There's always something happens by this day. 7 cycles of 7. So he's also saying, cycles of 7, stock market will collapse. So if that is true, this might honestly be the best time to get into the stock market. If the stock market does what he says it's gonna do, and it collapses by August, this would probably be the best time. He's saying, was it? So like everything's happening at an exponential rate. So Bo Pony said when the stock market collapsed back in 2001, it took 2 years for the stock market to collapse, to fully collapse from its peak. And then in 2008, it took about a year for the stock market to collapse from its peak. So, the stock market reached its peak like last year, September, October. So, if Bo Pony's saying like the stock market will, since the stock market reached its peak last year, he's saying the stock market's going to collapse this year by August 2016. So yeah, stock market already reached its peak, and it hasn't reached its peak since, so that would indicate that we are in a crash now. And I mean, like Peter Schiff said, Lindsey Williams said, whenever the Federal Reserve Bank talks about raising interest rates, you're in trouble. And the Federal Reserve banking system raised interest rates last year in December. So, and when when the Federal Reserve raised interest rates in 2006, an economic stock market crash followed after that interest rate raising. So they raised interest rates in 2006. It took 2 years for the stock market to collapse. 2006, and then 2008 we had the recession. So they Federal Reserve Bank raised interest rates in December 2015. So, and exponential rate, it always happens faster. 2000 took 2 years for the market to crash. Supposedly, according to Bo Pony, it took a year. And then this time it's going to take less than that. 6 months. So according to Bo Pony, I don't know. I mean, it took 2 years. It took 2 years for the market to crash last time. They raised interest rates 2006, and then it took 2 years for it to crash by 2008. Maybe he's talking about from the peak. It takes about half the time from the peak of the stock market, because it takes a while for the stock market to crash after the interest rates have been raised. So bottom line, when Federal Reserve Bank talks about raising interest rates, the economy's in trouble. It always happens. Peter Schiff said so, Lindsey Williams said so. I mean, like all these people say so, and it happens, and history proves that it happens. So they raised interest rates in 2000, or they raised interest rates last year, December 2015. Our economy is in trouble, and we can already see it. The stock market crashed from its peak, and it has not reached its peak since then. And also, according to Bull Pony, after the stock market crashes, the Federal Reserve Bank is going to do quantitative easing, aka print a shitload of money. They try to sound all fancy about it. Oh, we're going to do quantitative easing to the pi of a square root of my asshole. When they really mean they're just going to print a shitload of money. So, bottom line, they're going to print a lot of money. That's what quantitative easing is. Or currency. They're going to print a lot of currency because the dollar is not money anymore because it's not backed up by gold and silver, as said by Mike Maloney. So, if what they're saying is true, this might be the best time to get in the stock market. If what Bull Pony is saying is true, silver rises this year, stock market crashes this year, I'll probably sell some of my silver and get into the stock market. Everything goes through their ups and downs. Silver will go through its ups, and it will go through its downs. Stock market will go through its ups, it will go through its downs. It's to maintain the balance of life. So if that happens, this might be the best time to get into the stock market right now. So when the stock market supposedly crashes by August, that would be the perfect time just to take your gold and silver and put it into the stock market. Some of it. I can't stress that enough, because silver and gold will skyrocket this year, and they will go back down again, and then they'll go up even much higher the next time, which could be around 2020, 2021 time frame, according to Bull Pony. So, I think that's what I pretty much have got to say. But if the Federal Reserve Bank does quantitative easing that must mean that these guys are in it for the long haul. They are going to ride the dollar out until this motherfucker dies. Dies an agonizing, inflationary, hyperinflationary death. And if that's the case, then we might not have a Great Depression scenario where this everybody lost their jobs and everything, and the stock market collapsing and banks shutting down. We might not have that. It seems like the banks will just keep printing money until the dollar dies. So it seems like we will have an inflationary scenario where the dollar dies instead of the U.S. economy dying. So we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, either scenario is bad, but I mean, at least with an inflationary scenario, we can at least live the good life a little bit longer until inflation really kicks in. But yeah, shit, if if they do quantitative easing, the dollar is fucked, man. The dollar is gonna die even more bad. And as if our purchasing power has diminished enough, this is just gonna diminish it more. And I'm surprised when I think about back in the year 2000, my paycheck could have bought a lot more silver than what it could have bought right now. Because silver back in 2000 was $5, and now silver's like what, $16, $17? It's like shit. I could have bought a lot more damn silver back then with my paycheck. It's because of inflation. Inflation has just killed silver. Inflation has killed the dollar, and now we can buy less. I could have bought like 2 ounces of gold every paycheck back in 2000. Now I can't even buy 1 ounce of gold. That's how much the dollar is dead. So shit. The dollar is the sinking Titanic, man. This dollar's sinking, and it looks like the Federal Reserve banking system is gonna ride these waves out until the dollar has finally sunk all the way to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. So we'll just have to wait and see. So that's all I gotta say. Keep your eyes peeled for silver rises and stock market crash this year. And just, do what you want to do. Sell your silver, enjoy life, or sell some of your silver, put into the stock market. Whatever you got to do. So sell that silver, spend it on strippers and escorts and Disneyland or whatever, and some marijuana and heroin or whatever you got to do. So, or that gold-covered platinum dildo with a diamond on it. Whatever you want to buy. So, that is all I gotta say. And that's the end of this video! Because the J-Rex has finished speaking! Now can you hear that? Thank you for watching, and peace.